Good evening. Welcome in everyone to a production of the Cross-Platform Baseball League. My name is Weaver for Prez. I'm joined as always by one of the co-commissioners of the league, Dwayne. We are back. We're back with Season 9 content this time. Season 8 is a thing of the past. We're here. We're ready for a new season. It all starts tonight with this show. Welcome in everyone. And Dwayne, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic, Weaver. Like you said, Season 8, a thing of the past. We're moving into Season 9 with a ton of hype and a ton of great content for you guys. And this is officially the show that's going to get it rolling. It's great to be back on the stream with you tonight, Weaver.
Yep, this is weekly roundup. If you're new this season, you haven't watched these before, we do this once a week, usually Monday nights. But there won't be one this Monday night because it's the start of the season. There won't be anything to round up. But we're doing this season preview show, and we have a lot to cover. We're going to go over power rankings for both the AAA and the XBL. We are going to reveal to you our opening night matchups this Sunday night. We have 3 series for you. We'll tell you what those are in a little bit. After that, we will reveal the table that shows everyone's matchups for match of the week, so that you know who not to play during your regular games. You need to reserve your opponent for match of the week. And once we're done with that, we will unveil for you a really nice surprise, right, Dwayne?
Yes, indeed. One of the biggest surprises we've probably ever had, and we're going to be very proud to show it to you guys.
Yeah, we've got something cool for you at the end, but that's coming up. Without further ado, let's start. Let's get into these AAA power rankings preseason, and kicking off the list here is the Sicilians, Vrooms, Atlantics, and Justice. This is 18, 17, 16, and 15. Casino, Tam Danitz. I'm sorry. How do you? What's the pronunciation for the Atlantics manager?
Elzias, I believe.
Elzias, that's correct. And then Blue Panther. What do you think here on the bottom 4?
Oh, we're looking at Casino down at the bottom, an XBL veteran who has a big chance this season to make a jump forward, I think, if he's sharp on his game. The ranking's definitely not treating him well to start out, but I think Casino will have things in it looking a little bit better going forward. Other than that, we've got 3 new players here, 3 rookies in the AAA, and I'm excited to see how these guys pan out. Some of Blue Panther and Tam have been with us for a little while, and they've shown their stuff in some scrimmages. They've looked pretty good. And Elzias is a newcomer who really smashed through the AA egos, and he looked ready for AAA. So excited to see what Elzias has for us.
Yeah, the bottom of the power rankings, but that does not mean there isn't intrigue on everyone here. This is going to be a very competitive league, and with that, we'll scroll up a little bit. We'll get to 16, or I'm sorry, the next few here. It is the Anchors led by Joe BJ, Wolfie Lions led by none other than Wolfie Lion, the Holograms led by Oxbox, and the Battle Tapes led by Chill, who Chill I believe is a Switch player. Is that correct?
Yes, you'll see Chill here as our highest ranking Switch player and first Switch player ever featured on our power rankings list. So congratulations to Chill for the representation on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, and it's a solid list here. 3 rookies. It's kind of like the last quadrant we had there. 3 rookies as well as the veteran Joe BJ and the Anchors. There should be intrigue here. A lot of these guys have been scrimming a lot, practicing a lot. I guess Joe would be the exception there, but. Yeah, a lot to love from these guys.
Yeah, and you'll notice there at 13 we had a tie, so Wolfie and Job sharing that spot instead of there being a 14th position. So Job looking forward to see what he's got as a veteran for sure, and Wolfie has looked pretty sharp in his scrimmages. He'll definitely be looking to make a jump up.
All right, that's the bottom 8 or so there, and now into the top 10. The veteran No Name returns to the list with a new team. He's no longer the Made in Canadians. And then another new team, but a veteran of the league, Phillies Rock, with his Narwhals. And then Phil, also a new team, the Auditors. And then another rookie. This is Eduardo, someone that is kind of storied around this community. He's finally into XBL action, this time in the AAA, and he is at number 7 with his Omaha Sirloins.
Yeah, excited to see Eduardo represent with the Sirloins. If you know Eduardo, you know he's not anybody but the Sirloins, and he's going to probably shows stuff pretty well in his first season. Definitely glad to have him. And like you said, we have some powerful players here at 8, 9, and 10. No Name bringing us into the top 10 at number 10 with that new logo, looking sharp. He's looking to bring some good luck into the season.
Yeah, and look out for the Narwhals Phillies Rock at 9. I think that's a dangerous player at that ranking. So yeah, we'll look at that going forward. Speaking of going forward, we'll keep on moving up the list into our top 6. Rainy and the Moons. Kakayula, a rookie here at rank 5. Wishbone Rules, the number 3 player, and Pizza Volcano and the Moon Kingdom are at number 3. What do you think here?
Yeah, very, very strong 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think all 4 of these players can go either way. Rainey, one of the strongest pitchers, if not the strongest pitcher now remaining in AAA for this season 9. So we're going to be looking to him to probably shut some of these stronger offenses above him down and maybe have him climb that ladder a little bit. And like you said, we got a rookie in Keck with the Tack Peas at number 5. Interested to see what Keck can do. A very, very strong pennant race player who has joined us for this season. Couple big pennant race players in this top 10 that are looking to make the names for themselves.
Yeah, Kakaila there at number 5, I would say is probably my dark horse pick to win it all if you had to ask me, but it may not even be dark horse. I mean, yes, rank 5, not in the top 4, but I'd still say very, very dangerous, and looking forward to what we can see from the TACPs as well as the other 3 teams here. And that's going to bring us to the top 2 here above Pizza Volcano. Corruptions and the Prowlers are not rank 1. Rank 1 does belong to Captain Krill and Team USA. Dwayne, Captain Krill was, I want to say the power rankings every week last year was ranked dead last or close to it. This guy has had an unbelievable story.
Yeah, you can always do nothing but just smile. It's amazing the story that Krill's had. His showing in the playoffs last season really put that right foot forward going into season 9. One of the best storylines we've ever had, and here he sits at number 1 going into season 9 AAA power rankings. He's ready to make a name for himself here, and this is the season to do it. I think Krill and Team USA have a big shout, but watch out at number 2 for the Pawtucket Prowlers because Corruptions is raring to go. The Prowlers had a ridiculously high batting average last season, all contact approach, and look for that to come out absolutely swinging again this season.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute battle, not only between these 1 and 2, but I'd say at least the top, really almost anyone in the AAA is a threat. No one can be underestimated, and I think that's really cool. It should be an awesome year in AAA. Those are the AAA preseason power rankings, and to get a third opinion here on these, we're actually gonna have a guest call in. How about that? We're gonna welcome in fellow booth broadcaster member, Light Snack, aka Floribel. Are you with us, Floribel? How you doing?
Hey Dwayne, hey Weaver, how's it going tonight? How are you guys?
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Excellent. What do you think of these rankings now that we've unveiled them?
Well, now that we're seeing the rankings right here, I think it's time we go into a quick special edition of the Snack Attack Power Stack. This time we're calling it Cracked or Whack. Which of these rankings do I think are cracked? Which ones did you guys get dead on? And which are a little bit whack? Which ones are you guys, underestimating, perhaps? Let's take a look first.
Let's hear it. Awesome.
At which ranks we think you guys cracked. In my opinion, here in the AAA list, you got Krill, Corruptions, Pizza Volcano in the top 3. 100% agree that these 3 guys are the teams to beat this season. I think it'll be a tough race between these guys, and it is, in my opinion, refreshing to look at the AAA and not know out of the gate who's going to come away with first place. Am I right? Last season, we had Jam Paladin, who we all remember, absolutely dominant from before even day 1. And so, yeah, you guys were talking about don't count out the Prowlers, don't count out the Moon Kingdom. That top 3, like, anything can happen right there. I think it's right that they share the spotlight right now. They all had great runs in Season 8, and while the exact placement of these 3 may be up for debate, it's clear that they've proven themselves, and they deserve to be up there.
Indeed.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally agree.
Unfortunately, now we have to go to what's whack right now, guys. Eduardo at number 7. I think you guys are underestimating Eduardo here. Sure, it is his first year in the XBL, but let's think about it. This guy is a legendary pennant race mainstay. In documented and recorded scrimmage results games in the scrimmage results channel on the Discord, he has not scored below 3 runs in a game that he has played at 8 Ego. I think Eduardo can easily jump over the Moons, TACPs, and Knots to a number 4 spot, and if you're asking me, that's where I'd have him and the Sirloins in my personal preseason power rankings.
I can certainly see it. Eduardo, I would say him and Rainey, if gun to my head, I'd say Eduardo and Rainey are probably the front runners for early Von Aces in consideration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed. Yeah, I also agree that Eduardo at 7. Definitely getting a little bit of a shot for being a rookie. I think that goes into some of the rankings, and his like low amount of scrimmages have played into it some either. But like you said, his runs have been good, and he's definitely got the ability to jump. A player that has tons of hours and tons of skill that we have yet to see in the XBL, really.
And also moving down on the list here, I also think that the holograms and the Wolfie Lions right there at 12 and 13 each, a little bit underestimated here. I'd bump them up a few spots to right around, I'd say, around where No Name is at the moment, actually. Both Oxbox and Wolfie Lion have been playing tons of scrims getting ready for this season. The holograms have consistently put up good numbers, especially in scrims against other 80 Ego teams, right? When we're looking at scrimmage results, you know, there's no limitation into who can play against who in a scrim. So you're seeing a lot of results where people score 0 runs, and you think, oh, well, you know, they scored 0 runs, they're probably not going to score a lot of runs. But when you look at that and you see that they're playing against 90 Ego players, then there seems to be a discrepancy. And when he's playing against other 80 Ego teams, he's putting up really good numbers. And since Wolfie Lion has done away with the 5-bar defense that he was tinkering with in this offseason, I think you're going to see some big changes for him number-wise with this new, more comfortable team build that he's going in with.
Yeah, that is a good point. I know Wolfie Lions had been thinking about the 5-bar defense, but I believe converted to 3 just to submit his roster. Yeah, and like you said, both these guys practicing a lot. I would expect it to pay off.
Yeah, I would agree. Both these teams have a lot of room to jump. I think that the low ranking right now, again, just some rookies trying to break into it. We will see in the first 2 weeks how, especially the middle of this AAA shakes up, I think. And it'll be really impressive to see and exciting to see which teams are able to put themselves ahead of the pack.
Oh, and as a quick aside, yeah, I'm seeing in the chat right now, Wolfie Lion, a quick reminder, did place second in that new guys off-season tournament. Indeed. So I think that holds a lot of weight as well.
True, yes. Impressive showing, no doubt.
That's it for this edition of the Snack Attack Power Stack, but we will be back after the results of that XBL list, which I'm sure you guys are ready to get into.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing in the perspective, and we'll call on you again here in just a few minutes. And Dwayne, if you would do the honors, we are switching over to preseason XBL rankings. And rounding out the list here is one of our 2 players moving up from AAA. The Megafauna, B. Hagen, they're at 18. Jay Boops and the Colts at 17. Cardiac Card and his Cardinals at 16. The Megafauna, one of 2, or B. Hagen rather, one of 2 true rookies in Season 9.
Yes, indeed. He finished second in that AAA World Series, and he's ready to come up. He's now our highest, finishing AAA representative from last season in the XBL. His scrimmages have been a little bit rough on 90 so far, but I think that he's got a lot of room to move forward, especially in the first couple weeks.
Yeah, no doubt. And then Jay Boops and Cardiac Card, they may have the low ranking, but if nothing else, these guys are prestigious for their ability to pitch. I want to say something like 2 weeks into the season last year, Jay Boops had struck out like more than double the next person behind him or something like that, putting up crazy numbers. And then, as we all know, Cardiac, one of the big painters in the league with his non-power pitching style. So certainly no easy wins here, even if it is at the bottom of the list.
Indeed.
Yeah, all right, and then moving up. Outside of those bottom 3, we move to the next 3. Merzdrone, another, I guess you could say AAA graduate, but not technically a rookie because he has been in the XBL before. It was the Cross-Platform Baseball League. He used to be an Xbox player. But he returns to the XBL for Season 9 with his Salt Lake Sakuras. Probably, I'm not pronouncing that very well, but above him, No Hummus and his Stags, and then Hall of Famer Alec A.D. and his New York Greats.
Yeah, pretty strong showing here, honestly, at 13, 14, and 15. I don't think any of these guys are going to be an easy W for anybody going forward into Season 9. Like you said, Merz making the comeback to the XBL after taking a dip in AAA's first season. He finished well in AAA, finishing 3rd. So look for the Sakuras to do pretty well, I think. 15 is a light ranking going in early. His pitching first approach is very strong. And a note for the Florida Stags and No Hummus. Hummus had a rough season last year, finishing in last place and being pretty much last in all of our power rankings editions. Right here, though, in the beginning of Season 9, after some strong scrimmages, he's here at 14.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just to quickly mention, we were talking about Merge Drones, Sakura's, and reboundability jumping back into the XBL. He was the Von Asen award winner in the AAA. So certainly good pitching ability. He can use that to win games even at this higher ego. So yeah, exciting things to come there. And then Alec AD, he had a very rough start to season 8, as many of us may remember, but he really did turn it around. Unfortunately for him, it just wasn't in time enough to make the playoffs. But look for him to start stronger this year and maybe make a run.
Yeah, indeed. I think that he's ready to try and take a big leap forward.
Yeah, absolutely. We will look forward to those games. And moving on up, so this is getting into playoff territory at the 12 through 1 here. The Joplin Miners and Finite Provision there, Doso and the Firebirds. That was another team similar to Alec that made a good late season push, but was just they just fell short of that 12th seed. And then Pseudo here cracking the top 10 with his he's no longer the Fuegos. He is I believe it's the XBL PA All Stars.
Yeah, XBL Players Association All Stars coming in at top 10. Pseudo's looking to use that small ball approach this season and really try and put the right foot forward. Coming in at the top 10 for the power rankings is definitely looking good for him, I think.
Yeah, and both the Doso and Finite there at 11 and 12, two players that I personally have observed as far as scrims go in the last 6 weeks or so. Two guys that definitely look considerably better, at least at the plate, than they did in season 8. So definitely big rebound potential for both of them. And with that, we will move on up into the top 10 past Pseudo. It is yourself, Dwayne, the Pine Sox, check in at number 9. Bice Republic, Government, he's there at number 8. And then Ted Danson, his Danson's Dragoons, are ranked number 7. But that's a deadly 7, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed, that is a deadly number 7. I think the Dragoons have probably the most upward potential here out of any of the prospects. He won the Von Asen last year, speaking of, pitching award winners in these power rankings. And the Dragoons, with that strong pitching first approach, will probably be able to snipe a few wings off the top. But here at 8 and 9, we have myself and Bice. Bice and I have faced off in the playoffs. It was a 4-game set. He got me pretty good. I'm looking to make a big jump, but I think at 8, he also has a lot of upward potential.
Yeah, a bit of a drop there for the Bice Republic. They finished the season 6th. You can see on the power rankings here they're 8th, but that is partially due to a new rookie that we shall see as we scroll up the list here, and that rookie displacing some people down because he is at number 6. Luke Archer, the early favorite to win the Rookie of the Year award, and then above him is myself and my Beavers, and then of course the great Mike the Cooch and Cooch Potato Nation at number 4.
Yeah, the 4, 5, and 6 here honestly couldn't be stronger, but all 3 of these teams should challenge for that number 4 spot for the playoffs. But you're looking good there at number 5, Weaver. I think you have a very, very strong potential for a big upward trend this season, but you're going to have to fight off those Mallards. Luke, with that Rookie of the Year potential, is going to be very, very scary.
Yeah, exciting potential out of Luke Archer. Definitely the most impressive of the I guess you could say the 2 rookies. Big prospect there. And then Mike. Mike finished 4th last season, so certainly no slouch. And I guess the question for Mike is consistency. Can he stay in that big slugger mode he gets into where he can beat anyone, or will he go a little cold? So I guess we'll just have to see. But going up here into the top 3, not really any surprises here. Maybe you would have, depending on who you ask, you may flip 2 and 3. But Lazy, the best player in the world, he's ranked number 1. He's the reigning champ. He looks to repeat this season. I guess you could say one of his rivals, Ashnod's Coupon. They faced off a lot in the past. He's at number 2, and then Light Snack, Beaky Bay Birdies coming at number 3. They were a member of the Final Four, and. What do you think of the top 3, Dwayne?
I think you're exactly right when you say, depending on who you ask on 2 and 3, that definitely could be flipped. I think the Birdies honestly have, if things go right for the Birdies, number 1 is the spot where Snack has that potential to finish. But right now at number 3, honestly, it's still nothing but up for them, in my opinion. And Ashnod and Lazy at 1 and 2, we're familiar with them up there, and they're going to be dogfighting again for that pole position going into the playoffs, I think. Lazy's got we'll see what approach he brings. I hear he's made some team edits, and all the power to the Blues.
Yeah, the sky is the limit for these three. And speaking of Beaky Bay and Light Snack, we will welcome him back in for his Snack Attack Power Stat Cracker Whack.
Thank you, Weaver. Thank you, Dwayne. Starting off yet again with my cracked pick for this power ranking list, and it's one that actually took me a little bit by surprise when I saw. It took me a little bit by surprise when I saw it on the ranking sheet, and I'm really glad it did because I completely agree with this high ranking decision, and that is new guy Luke at number 6. The Mallards have been putting up crazy numbers this offseason, and every time I face Luke Archer in a scrim, let me tell you, his Mallards always look like a completely different team to me. I don't know what it is, but he's consistently changing his approach, finding the holes in his game and sealing them right up, and he is always improving as a result of it. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a top 4 finish this season, clinching a bye into the postseason. He has what it takes to really compete at that top level of game.
I do agree. I think 6. I forget who we mentioned it for earlier, but maybe Eduardo. We were talking about possible power ranking penalty for being a rookie. I think 6 is decent. It's fair, but like you said, wouldn't surprise me at all if he made a top 4 seed. He is a special talent. I think maybe. Well, not maybe. He's definitely got a top 4 eye. I think a batter's eye. And what do you think, Dwayne, about Luke?
I agree. It's that batter's eye really for Luke that has me shaking in my boots when you go up against him. You have to paint carefully, and that's going to be an asset in his locker going forward. Like we see him here at number 6, he's got nothing but upper potential. He's got a good eye. He's going to look for pitches to hit, and those Mallards are going to be sure to do their best in hitting them.
And let me tell you guys, this isn't bird bias or anything like that. All right, this ain't bird bias from one bird team to another. I'm just saying, from day one, from the first time I played him in the scrim, I was like, how is he struggling against some of these scrim results? And as I kept playing him more and more, I saw in scrim results, those numbers starting to creep up for him against everybody else. Like I said, always improving, always getting better. Last time I played him, he's not swinging at anything out of the zone. This guy is unstoppable.
Yeah, it can definitely be frustrating.
And props to him for getting this number 6 preseason ranking, and best of luck to him in the season. But now on to my whack pick for this XBL power ranking. And honestly, it was kind of hard for me to find one because altogether, I think this is a pretty fair, pretty good ranking. How should I say, allocation that you guys went with. But if I had to choose one that I think is underrated, I would go with Mersdrone and the Sakras at number 15. Let me tell you guys, I think Mersdrone is gonna put up better numbers than people expect for his first season in the back in the XBL. He has already had an excellent pitching approach, as proven by his performance in AAA as the Von Asen winner there. And his batting is only going to get better as the season goes on. He's been steadily improving in the offseason, adjusting to this change to 90 ego from coming from AAA. And as the season goes on, like I said, he's just going to get more and more comfortable, more and more settled in at the plate. Guys, my opinion, look for Mers and the Sakras to sneak into the playoffs. I think they've got what it takes.
I feel that. But like you said, I think it's 100% going to come down to just improvements at the plate, and then once the improvements are made, can he stay consistent? To put up bigger run totals, because we know, like you said, the pitching is absolutely there. He's going to more than likely contend for the Von Asen Award. But yeah, the hitting, I do think it's improving. I've scrimmed him probably more than anyone else this offseason, and I personally think it is improving. So we'll see.
Yeah, and postseason spots are going to be completely up for grabs. At the end of the day, we're all playing Super Mega Baseball 3, and you know what that means. Anyone can beat anyone.
Absolutely. Dwayne, what did you think of Mers here at 15?
No, I think that is definitely a fair assessment. He's going to be back in the XBL, playing against a lot of players that he's played before in the past. He's got, series records against a lot of these guys, the Cardinals, the Stags, the Greats, Pseudo, and the Miners. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how Mers stacks up against his, former peers, his new peers here in the XBL. Like you guys say, he's going to be getting stronger going forward into the season with that hitting on 90 ego. If that pays off for him, I definitely see a position in which the Sakuras are in the playoffs.
Anything else on the stack, Light Snack?
That was it for my whack choice. But again, like I said earlier, anybody can beat anybody. I think, like, from the bottom, ones that stick out to me that I think could be a little low. I think Cardiac and the Cardinals at 16, possibly a little low. Another team there that could sneak into that playoff picture, absolutely. Pseudo at 10 was one I thought for a little while about putting on my whack list. I'm not going to lie, because I think that Pseudo has what it takes to crack into the top 8. For me, though, it just wasn't as big a jump to qualify it as a whack pick. But do know, Pseudo, if you are watching this at any point, you have what it takes to make it into that top 8 in this crowd. I believe that your small ball tactics, that speed you've got on your team, you know how to utilize it.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. And like you were saying, anyone can beat anyone. We were saying that last year. I think parity in the league last year was pretty good, but truly, I believe this season it's even better. I think the field has improved across the board. I think we're in for a more competitive season.
Yeah,
most definitely.
I also agree. I think that we are definitely have our strongest crop of players across the board. You know, we've expanded to 3 tiers now instead of just 2, with the AA involved as well. And it's going to be a hot one.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to start Sunday night. Thank you so much, Light Snack, for jumping in and providing the analysis. We will see you soon. We'll see you in the booth Sunday night.
Weaver, Dwayne, thanks for having me, and good luck in Season 9. See you all on Sunday.
See you later.
See you later. And like I was just saying, Season 9 opening night rather, Sunday night, the 31st. And we are prepared, ladies and gentlemen, to reveal to you the 3 series that we will be playing and commentating for you on this channel in less than 48 hours. Let's get started. At 3 p.m. Pacific, the Florida Stags and No Hummus take on the Nanaimo Megafauna, the rookie Behagen. An hour and a half after that, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, number 2 Pawtucket Prowlers Corruptions against number 1 Team USA, Captain Krill. That's going to be epic there for our AA matchup. And then back to XBL. I am honored to have been chosen to participate in that. Weavers Beavers, myself, versus Ted Danson and the Dragoons, the Von Asen Award winner. Dwayne, what a lineup here.
Yeah, I can't believe this lineup we've been able to pull together here for opening day of Season 9, honestly. It's action-packed throughout. We're seeing, 2 teams with a big shot at making a name for themselves in the XBL to start us off with the Stags and the Megafauna. Behagen, that rookie status coming up from AAA, getting the showcase right off the bat. Then we go right into AAA with the number 1 versus number 2. I can't believe that right there on opening day we're going to have such a strong matchup, and I have no idea which way to call that. It's going to be so exciting to watch.
Yeah, that should be a burner.
Absolutely. There will be runs across the board for the AAA matchup at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. And then at 9 p.m. with Weaver and Ted. Wow. 2 of my favorite players to watch, honestly. 2 great pitchers in this league. And we will see some serious action. I think this is going to go a long way down the stretch to maybe determining that number 4 position. Don't quote me, maybe quote me, who knows? We'll see how that goes. But every 2 games counts, whether it's on opening day or the last day of the season, and it's going to be exciting.
I'm so excited. I can't wait not only to play but to commentate. I'll be in the booth for the first 2, and then of course you and Light Snack will take care of business when I am into my game. But yeah, that's opening day. Now we can unveil to you the rest of the matchups. These don't have dates tied to them. Last year we went and we did a decent job of going in order. Sometimes you have to go out of order just to accommodate. But these are the matchups that are reserved. So when the season starts, do not play these players until you're locked in to an to a match of the week. So we'll look at the list here. No Hummus. Oh, we already talked about that. There at the top left. Snack and Astronaut's Coupon, a semifinals rematch. That's going to be epic. Government taking on the rookie Luke. Doso and Mike the Cooch. Good matchup there. No Hummus will get a second crack at match of the week. He will take on Mers Drone there. 2 veterans. Cardiac Card and Alec AD. I believe that one we're going to try and get on a weekday just for accommodation. And then the Flash, the other co-commissioner of this league, he's going to look to join the season. You know, he's got internet issues to sort out, but he's going to look to join midway. And if he can, then he will play lazy. If he cannot, we'll get someone else in there to get us a good matchup against the reigning champ. And then on the final match of the season, it will be you, Dwayne, and Finite Provision. What do you think of the list?
I'm pretty excited to go down this list. Honestly, like you said, with Light Snack and Astronaut right there in week 2, that's another high-powered matchup. They had an absolutely electric playoff series last season, where everyone's going to be looking at Luke versus Government as well. Both guys are going to have, big shouts for the top 8, and those 2 games are going to go a long way in their quest for, playoff success or playoff seeding success. And going down the list, Doso versus Mike. Doso, huge upward swing potential. Mike, will he be hot? Will he be cold? Hummus and Murs, again, 2 players with something to prove. Cardiac and Alex. That's going to be a Hall of Fame matchup. That's Hall of Fame week right there. So I'm excited to get that one going, because those 2 games are going to be really important for both of those teams. The caveat with Flash, like you said, will he play, will he not play? Either way, Lazy's going to have an appropriately chosen match of the week come that time. So just look forward to that week being absolutely electric. And then at the final weekend of the season, myself versus Finite, I think we'll be in the thick of it, both of us. I've picked Finite to be very, very close to a playoff position, if not higher than most, and I'm going to be excited to play him come that final weekend.
Yeah, and I just looking at chat, I think I may have, I don't remember, I may have messed up my words. Light Snag versus Astronaut's Coupon. I think I messed it up, but yeah, that is the matchup. That's the rematch of the semifinals. That is just going to be fantastic. It was amazing last year, Dwayne, when we called it those games. I lost my voice like every night, so I can't wait to see that again. Anyway. Now, AAA match of the week, we mentioned Krill and Corruptions. They're going opening night. They're going to be followed later on. Oxbox and Joe AJ, Justin O'Name and Rainey, Wolfie Lion and Chill, Phillies Rock and Eduardo, Casino and Tam Dannins. Phil is going to take on Wishbone, and then Kakaila and Pizza. That's another big high-powered matchup.
Yeah, this is a really strong list we have here for AAA as well. Ox is coming right out of the gate against a veteran in Job, and it's going to be big for him to try and find 2 wins. And big for Job, because he's kind of a cold player. He doesn't really go in unless the games mean something. So we'll see. We'll look to Job for more excitement. He had one of the biggest moments last season in his other match of the week, with that home run off the pole. We all remember that. And that'll be exciting. Rainey versus No Name. If you had to pick a matchup off this list besides Krill and Corruptions, this is probably the one I would be circling. These 2 have scrimmed each other more than 100 times, and it's gonna. There's no calling how this one's going to go. Both these guys are going to be absolutely gnashing their teeth, ready to play, and it's going to be really exciting to see those 2 rivals go at it. Wolfie and Chill, I think that's going to be another one that's really exciting. And 2 rookies, Chill going to be able to showcase that skill that got him the 11 ranking as the highest ranking ever Switch player in this league. And Wolfie is going to be, looking to spoil that. So let's see how that one goes. Phillies and Ed, 2 players that are looking to break the top 5. I think that'll go a long way into doing it in their showing. Casino versus Tam Dannins, 2 players that have probably never played each other before. Tam has had some pretty good showings in scrims, and Casino is an XBL veteran, so I think that'll be a good matchup. Phil versus Wishbone, almost tailing out the season, right on that second to last week, it's going to look like is electric. I think that's another one on this list that is going to have huge playoff implications. And like you said, Pizza and Keck at the end, that's probably going to be, 3 versus 4, 4 versus 5, 2 versus 3. Who really knows where those guys are, or those players are going to finish? And I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, those are your matches of the week. And if you're new, these are the players that if you are matched up with them, don't play them until you get locked in for a date to get broadcasted, so we can get these epic matchups out for people to enjoy. It's going to be awesome. And so that's it for matches of the week. And now, Dwayne, we're here at the end of the show, and we have quite the surprise to show off to people. So just real quick, because we're gonna sign off and then show off the surprise here. So thank you all for tuning in to the weekly roundup preseason edition. This is a lot of fun. You can watch the replay of this if you want later on. We'll have it on the YouTube and all that. Anyway, so to the surprise. A couple weeks ago, we reached out to XBL fan and community member Mickey the Trailer Guy
Hang on, Weaver. Are you muted?
Do you not hear me?
My OBS just did a hiccup.
Oh yeah, hang on, everyone. We don't want to mess
Chat,
this up.
are you able to hear us? Oh my god. As soon as I close the YouTube, we can hear him.
Can hear him.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that, but yeah. We reached out to community member, fan of the XBL, Mickey the trailer guy, to make us a video, a trailer, a promo, whatever you want to call it, something we can play before each match of the week to lead in. It's awesome. We're going to show it to you guys, and then the broadcast is going to end. We will see you guys Sunday night. Tune in for those opening week matchups and enjoy the world premiere of this XBL video that Mickey has made for us. It's awesome, and we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, see you guys Sunday.
Oh my lord!
That's out of the stadium!
Let's go! Come on! Something! Come on!
Swing and a miss.
There's a lot of fun.
Don't throw it wide.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.